Viewers, welcome to another edition of the latest news of war affairs. Viewers, 4 years ago, escalation protest threatened to unleash a civil war in Ethiopia. As repressed and measurable crowds of various ethnic backgrounds across the nation sought to escape the yoke of the Tigray People Liberation Front, a former rebel group that had enjoyed near dictatorial powers in Ethiopia for 27 years. Then as now Ethiopia appeared to many to be on the brink of implosion. But it was pulled back from the edge in March 2018 when the TPLF agreed to surrender leadership of the nation to a new Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Abiy launched a series of frantic reforms to the protesting population, but ethnic violence suppressed by the TPLF during its boiled over and having withdrawn to its northern Tigray and rejected engagement with Abiy new political party, the TPLF continued to use its immense network, domination of the economy and military, and billions of dollars of looted resources to frustrate meaningful change throughout the country. While most Western analyses then revealed in the peaceful transition of power, astute observers feared a military confrontation with the TPLF was unavoidable. Abiy celebrated peace with Eritrea, for which he was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 2019, pressured the TPLF to surrender to Eritrea, region that Ethiopia under TPLF rule had illegally annexed. The TPLF had refused to surrender that region for almost 2 decades, creating a no peace, no war situation throughout the Horn of Africa that fueled destructive proxy conflicts. Whereas despite Abiy's peace agreement with Eritrea, the TPLF refused to the contested border or pulled its troops back onto Ethiopian soil, and it was military strong in to flout Abiy demands. The TPLF ongoing ability to obstruct the peace deal with was a source of embarrassment to Abiy that highlighted the central government weakness in relation to Ethiopia's more well-armed regions. Abiy sent multiple peace delegations to Tigray to promote peace and reconciliation, but his efforts were complicated by the popular will to reduce the TPLF's stranglehold over all aspects of Ethiopian life. On the other hand, Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with Kenya President today to discuss regional security issues of mutual interest, including the situation in Ethiopia and Somalia. In Ethiopia, they agreed on the urgent need for a cessation of hostilities, unhindered humanitarian access, an end to human rights abuses and violations, and a negotiated resolution to the conflict. The Secretary expressed the strong support of the United States for the mediation efforts of President and EU Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, Obasanjo. On Somalia, the Secretary underscored the importance of Somalia national and federal member state leader concluding parliamentary and presidential election immediately and free from irregularities that would jeopardize the credibility of the outcome. The Secretary noted the United States opposition to the attempted suspension of Prime Minister Robel, and they agreed that all parties should refrain from escalatory action and statements. Viewers, United States Foreign Minister Antonio Blinken and Kenya President Uhuru discussed on the phone about the fighting forces in Ethiopia to stop firing immediately. Uhuru and Blinken discussed joint regional security issues over the phone, and they discussed to stop the ongoing war, to get uninterrupted humanitarian aid to Tigray, and to stop human rights violations. United States Foreign Minister Antony Blinken has announced that he will support the efforts made by Kenya President and African Union Special Ambassador Obasanjo for the peace negotiation. So viewers, this is the latest update about it. For more latest report, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.